Holding the space ring, Xu Jingming notes its incredible value, saying it would cost at least 50 million on the market. He accepts the gift, acknowledging manager Wang Chuang's sincerity. Manager Chuang praises Xu Jingming, commenting that his boldness is what he would expect from a student of Yang Zhentian. He mentions that Xu Jingming's senior disciple, Liu Ming, also trained at the base. Before Xu Jingming leaves, manager Wang Chuang assures him that if he runs into trouble in the city, he should contact him, as his influence is significant. Xu Jingming understands this special treatment is entirely due to his master's powerful backing. Later, in the luxurious room from his new black gold membership, Xu Jingming finally relaxes. After a month of hard training, he is grateful for the rest. He decides to bind the space ring to himself, a process that requires leaving a spiritual imprint on it. With his strong spiritual power far surpassing an average user of his level, he completes the task easily. Testing the ring, he finds he can retrieve items with a simple thought and store them with a touch. Although it can't hold living things, he finds it very convenient. His rest is interrupted by a call from his master, Yang Zhentian. Xu Jingming informs him he just returned from the wilderness and has something important to report. Upon learning someone sent mercenaries to attack his disciple, Yang Zhentian becomes enraged. He shouts over the phone that a space ring is too light a compensation for an assassination attempt and threatens to destroy the base if anything had happened to Xu Jingming. Once calmer, he asks why the elite squad retreated. Xu Jingming speculates they realized his strength was much greater than they expected, seeing him as an upper-tier second-rank user, forcing them to fall back. The news leaves Yang Zhentian speechless. He shouts into the phone in disbelief that Xu Jingming has already reached that level in just 1 month. His master's shock quickly turns into a proud laugh. He praises Xu Jingming, stating his cultivation speed is even faster than his was, and eagerly asks when he plans to return so they can celebrate. Xu Jingming tells him he will be back just before the semester begins, as he plans to use the remaining time to explore more dangerous areas. His master warns him to be careful, and Xu Jingming assures him he will. After the call, Yang Zhentian is still beaming with joy. His butler, Uncle Fu, remarks it has been a long time since he's seen him so happy. The dean can't contain his admiration for Xu Jingming's astonishing speed of improvement. He reflects that life and death crises, which are catalysts for others, seem to work like a powerful cheat device for his talented disciple, speeding up his growth at an incredible rate. Following his plan, Xu Jingming ventures into the forest mountain range, a more advanced part of the wilderness. As he walks, the air is filled with the roars of fierce beasts. He notes this area seems much richer in resources than the ruined city he had cleared. His keen senses pick up on an attack just as his boot snaps a twig, alerting his foe to his position. Suddenly, invisible energy slashes tear through the air, aimed at him. Reacting with incredible speed, Xu Jingming dodges the assault, the blasts narrowly missing him and slicing through the trees. The attacker reveals itself, a large, ferocious Gale Dreadwolf. Xu Jingming calmly analyzes it, guessing that most third-rank beasts have special abilities. He identifies the wolf as a wind element creature, likely at a mid-tier third-rank level, and wonders how many ability points its defeat will give him. As Xu Jingming prepares to fight the beast, he senses another group approaching. It is the popular streamer Zhang Chuxuan, with her bodyguards and a cameraman. One of her men points out the Gale Dreadwolf, suggesting it would be perfect for Miss Zhang to defeat on camera. The team leader orders his subordinate to block the wolf's escape, intending to claim the beast for themselves. Xu Jingming observes this, thinking they are trying to steal his kill, which is against the wilderness rule where the first person to find a resource has claim to it. However, Jiang Chuxuan expresses her disapproval. She states that she dislikes taking another's prey just for filming content. The leader tries to frame it as a heroic rescue for their stream. Jiang Chuxuan is not convinced, saying she doesn't need fake praise and pointing out that Xu Jingming appears calm and capable, not needing help. Following her wishes, the team leader complains quietly but agrees to find another beast. He orders his team to leave. Xu Jingming watches them go, thinking Jiang Chuxuan's character is surprisingly decent for a famous online personality. However, he also notes the team leader seemed to have little authority. He dismisses the thought and refocuses on his hunt. The Gale Dreadwolf, annoyed that Xu Jingming stood his ground, lunges in a furious attack. Unfazed, Xu Jingming easily evades the beast's charge. The attack throws Xu Jingming slightly off balance, enraged that its prey is not taking it seriously. However, Xu Jingming quickly recovers and retaliates. Channeling his lightning power, he brings his spear down with immense force, plunging the electrified tip into the beast's skull. The beast collapses. A system notification confirms the kill, awarding him 34 ability points. Xu Jingming reflects on the reward, noting with satisfaction that getting over 30 points from a single third-rank beast is quite good. With a smirk, he looks forward to the last 10 days of his expedition, eager to hunt as many beasts as possible. 7 days later, Xu Jingming's hunt continues. He finds a troop of large, ape-like beasts, who are startled by a brilliant flash of light from above. He unleashes a powerful ranged technique, a massive spear of pure energy, which descends from the sky and slams into the ground, creating a powerful explosion. The blast leaves a crater with one ape-like creature lying heavily wounded within it. Xu Jingming is surprised his thunder spear attack didn't instantly kill the leader. He acknowledges that, as expected of a third-rank beast leader, it is durable. With a menacing look, purple lightning crackling around him, he decides not to waste time on the lesser beasts. He resolves to finish them all off quickly. He charges into the remaining group, his body covered in lightning. He moves like a blur, weaving through their attacks and striking them down with his spear. Standing over the defeated ape-like beasts, Xu Jingming's hunt in this area is a success. He checks his system panel, a satisfied smile on his face as he sees he has over 3,000 ability points. He thinks this amount should be enough to finally learn the powerful S-rank combat techniques he has been eagerly anticipating. Just as he is about to move on, his smartwatch beeps, projecting a holographic distress signal. Elsewhere, Jiang Chuxuan is desperately fleeing for her life, leaping through the trees at incredible speed. She is being pursued by a massive, armored, dragon-like creature. Through her panicked thoughts, she reveals her team was scattered by a powerful fourth-rank beast, and in the chaos, she ran into another foe, a low-tier, third-rank ground-digging dragon. She knows any beast associated with dragons is very fierce. As a mid-tier second-rank user, she understands she has no chance of winning, even with a power-boosting pill. Her only hope is that another superpowered person will see her distress signal and come to her aid. Her situation becomes worse when she breaks out of the dense forest into an open clearing. She realizes, with a sense of doom, that without cover, the beast will surely catch her. As she feared, the creature closes in, cornering her completely. Just as the beast is about to strike, a massive spear of pure purple lightning descends from the sky, slamming in front of the creature and stopping its attack. Xu Jingming appears in a flash of lightning, standing protectively between her and the stunned beast. Jiang Chuxuan looks on in utter shock, immediately recognizing her savior. Seeing him stand his ground, Jiang Chuxuan frantically tells him to run, explaining that the creature is a low-tier, third-rank, ground-digging dragon he can't defeat. However, Xu Jingming ignores her warning, planting his spear in the ground as he calmly faces the beast, leaving her stunned. Frustrated that he won't listen, she feels responsible. She thinks it would be one thing if she died alone, but she can't bear the thought of getting an innocent person killed. Making a selfless choice, she sprints past him, shouting for him to escape while she tries to hold off the creature. The ground-digging dragon roars and charges at them both. Jiang Chuxuan prepares to fight. Before she can act, Xu Jingming unleashes his power behind her. He summons a massive spear of crackling lightning and hurls it over her head at the charging beast, leaving her to watch in stunned silence. The energy spear descends at incredible speed, piercing directly through the beast's armored head in a massive explosion of purple lightning and gore. The creature collapses, its head completely destroyed. Jiang Chuxuan falls to her knees in complete disbelief, stammering about how the fearsome beast was killed in a single instant attack. She looks up at Xu Jingming, thinking about his terrifying power. She realizes the sonic boom she heard earlier was from him, and wonders how he could be so strong when he's supposed to be only an upper-tier second-rank user. A notification appears for Xu Jingming, confirming the kill and awarding him 36 ability points. He smirks, thinking that, as expected of a beast with dragon in its name, it provides more points than a normal beast of the same rank. After the battle, Xu Jingming approaches Jiang Chuxuan, who is still on the ground, and asks if she is all right. She says she is fine, just weak in the knees, and thanks him for saving her. He modestly replies that anyone would have done the same and helps her up. Standing, Jiang Chuxuan says she owes him a great debt for saving her life, and he can ask for anything in the future. Xu Jingming politely declines, but says an autographed photo for his roommate would be the best reward. The request surprises her, but she agrees, saying she doesn't have one with her but can give it to him at the supply base. Her attention is then drawn to his weapon. She recognizes it as the famous Dark Cloud Gale Spear, and asks if he's a student at Modu University. He confirms it was a gift from his master. Jiang Chuxuan explains the weapon is famous because it's so heavy only powerful users can wield it. She introduces herself as a second-year student from the Elemental Academy. Hearing this, Xu Jingming greets her as a senior. She internally notes she's never heard his name at school and concludes he must be a very low-key upperclassman. He realizes she thinks he is a senior because most students don't reach his power level until their third year, and he decides not to correct her. Still in awe, Jiang Chuxuan marvels that he could instantly kill a strong, upper-tier third-rank creature. As he prepares to leave, she stops him. With a blush, she shyly asks if she can travel with him for a while, explaining she was separated from her bodyguards and can't survive alone in the wilderness. Xu Jingming agrees to escort her to the ruined city, from where she can get back safely. She happily thanks him. As they walk, she suggests they check the beast's cave for valuable items, which is why it attacked her. Xu Jingming agrees it's worth a look. On the way, she asks which academy he belongs to. When he says he is from the Weaponry Academy, she comments that she knows their dean, Yang Zhentian, has a very fierce nickname. Xu Jingming calmly informs her the dean is his master. The revelation leaves Jiang Chuxuan flustered and embarrassed, and she apologizes profusely for speaking badly of his teacher. Xu Jingming is taken aback, thinking that for a cold online ice goddess, she is quite a chatterbox in person. Jiang Chuxuan leads him to a dark, rocky cave, the ground-digging dragon's lair. Inside, he cautiously tells her to stay behind him, as he is unsure of what dangers lie ahead. She agrees, following closely as he leads with his spear crackling with protective lightning. Their caution soon turns to amazement. Deeper inside, they discover a hidden oasis. A small spring of clear turquoise water is surrounded by a garden of rare and fragrant flowers. Xu Jingming is stunned, identifying several high-grade medicinal herbs. His shock grows as he realizes the spring is an S-grade Earth Spirit Spring, a legendary healing treasure. He turns to Jiang Chuan in disbelief, asking if she is certain. She confirms it, explaining the spring nourishes the surrounding plants, turning them into rare and powerful herbs. Xu Jingming is impressed by her deep knowledge. She proudly reveals she is a certified second-grade pharmacist, a qualification he knows is very difficult to achieve. After assessing their find, Jiang Chuxuan estimates there is enough spring water for at least 5 portions of S-grade healing liquid. As thanks for saving her life, she selflessly offers the entire treasure to him. However, Xu Jingming proposes a fairer deal. He suggests they split the spring water, with him taking 4 parts to her 1, and divide the herbs equally. Delighted by his generous offer, she happily accepts. As Xu Jingming and Jiang Chuxuan are dividing their findings, her team of bodyguards arrives at the cave entrance. One man is skeptical, questioning what could be valuable in an unguarded cave. The team leader corrects him, pointing out traces show it's the lair of a third-rank ground-digging dragon, and dragon nests often contain rare treasures. As they enter, they are surprised to find Jiang Chuxuan and Xu Jingming inside. She is startled by their sudden appearance, internally worrying that if this elite team of third-rank users discovers the S-grade spring, there will be trouble. The leader greets her, saying they've been searching for her. He then curiously notes Xu Jingming's presence. Thinking quickly, Jiang Chuxuan explains Xu Jingming is a senior from her school she just met. She gestures to the treasure, suggesting that since the herbs are high quality, they should all share. The leader smirks and accepts, but a subordinate whispers to him that the spring seems to be the legendary S-grade Earth Spirit Spring, a priceless treasure. The revelation instantly changes the atmosphere. The bodyguards' eyes glow red with greed as they realize the immense value. Both Xu Jingming and Jiang Chuxuan sense the immediate shift in their demeanor. The leader's friendly facade drops, replaced by a menacing grin as he remarks that she doesn't seem very honest. Realizing the danger, Jiang Chuxuan decides to surrender the treasure. She says the team can have everything and tries to pull Xu Jingming away. When he does not move, she urgently whispers that the bodyguards are all peak third-rank users and they stand no chance. However, Xu Jingming calmly replies that he doesn't consider himself weaker than them. He adds that even if they gave up the treasure, the team wouldn't let them go alive, a chilling thought she realizes is true. The team leader laughs, confirming Xu Jingming's words. He admits that while the boy's tone is arrogant, his guess is correct. He explains their ruthless logic. Jiang Chuxuan is famous. If they let her go, she could expose them online and ruin their careers. Therefore, he concludes, it is safer to kill them both and keep the secret buried in the cave forever. Refusing to be a liability, Jiang Chuxuan makes a difficult choice. She pulls out and swallows a red, power-enhancing blood-burst pill, determined to fight alongside her rescuer. The pill immediately takes effect, causing her A-rank ice superpower to surge violently. She unleashes her power, sending a wave of frost across the ground that begins to freeze the feet of the bodyguards. The team leader, unfazed, gives his orders. He instructs one man, Zhou Chong, to deal with Xu Jingming first, whom he mockingly calls Jiang Chuxuan's lover. The rest of the team is ordered to secure the cave entrance. With the plan set, the leader turns his attention to Jiang Chuxuan. His body transforms, his C-rank ability turning him into a massive, ferocious, saber-toothed tiger. He menacingly tells her that her life ends today. His men make cruel and lewd remarks, suggesting they should record everything before killing her, revealing their monstrous nature. Jiang Chuxuan is filled with despair, horrified to be facing beasts in human skin. She cannot accept dying in such a place, her greatest regret being that she dragged Xu Jingming into her fatal situation. She turns to warn him, only to be shocked by what she sees. In a flash, the battle turns. The tiger-transformed leader's eyes widen as he senses movement. Before anyone can react, Xu Jingming appears behind Zhou Chong, his spear already through the man's chest. The bodyguard collapses, defeated in an instant. Xu Jingming looks down on his fallen foe coldly, remarking that even a third-tier fighter isn't much of a threat. The leader is stunned by Xu Jingming's incredible speed, unable to understand how his mid-tier third-rank subordinate was taken down so easily. He realizes with a grim expression that he has misjudged the situation. Xu Jingming is the true threat. Roaring with fury, he unleashes his own attack, swinging his massive axe in a devastating tiger roar slash. However, Xu Jingming effortlessly dodges the powerful blow, his body a blur of purple lightning. As he dodges, he analyzes his opponent's strength. He concludes that the peak third-tier captain's raw power is far stronger than his, and he realizes he can no longer afford to hold back. The tiger-transformed leader and his men are left confused by Xu Jingming's display of power. Realizing he is facing a much stronger opponent than he thought, Xu Jingming decides he can no longer hold back. He unleashes a hidden power, activating his Thunder Extreme mode. A massive, violent surge of raw purple lightning erupts from him, tearing his shirt and revealing a newly muscular physique. Jiang Chuxuan can only watch in stunned silence, her face a mix of awe and concern. The sheer force of this transformation shocks the tiger leader, who stares at the dark, swirling energy and wonders what kind of monster Xu Jingming is. Xu Jingming's appearance changes dramatically. His eyes now glow a piercing blue with slitted pupils, and two large demonic horns sprout from his head, completing his terrifying new form. He revels in the incredible surge of power, finding the feeling amazing. After a moment of shock, the leader dismisses the change, believing it to be just a special mode meant to be intimidating. Regaining his confidence, he prepares to attack again. With a ferocious grin, Xu Jingming rushes forward. The two warriors clash, the leader using a defensive skill called Lying Tiger Stone, certain his armor can withstand any attack from a lower-rank user. However, he is proven fatally wrong as Xu Jingming's own Lightning Gale Slash connects with his weapon. The force of Xu Jingming's attack is overwhelming, shattering the leader's powerful armor. The impact sends the massive Tiger Man flying backward, completely defeated. Xu Jingming stands confidently in his transformed state, declaring his body is now 3 to 4 times stronger, a level of power the leader's tough, beast-like hide could not withstand. The battle is not over. With their leader defeated, another bodyguard lunges at Xu Jingming, unleashing a powerful B-rank skill, the Flame Claw. Even in his transformed state, Xu Jingming's control is absolute. He effortlessly blocks the fiery assault with his own lightning. The bodyguard is left in utter disbelief, unable to comprehend how his advanced technique could be so easily stopped by a supposedly lower-ranked opponent. Xu Jingming stands over the now-defeated bodyguard. Acknowledging his opponent's resilience, he remarks that it's expected from a peak third-tier fighter, but declares he will end the fight with one final blow. Terrified, the man begs for his life, offering Xu Jingming the Earth Spirit Spring and all his savings. Xu Jingming coldly dismisses his plea, stating that it is too late for begging. Jiang Chuxuan watches the scene, her mind reeling in disbelief. She thinks that the team she hired, who cost a fortune and whose captain was rumored to be invincible, was utterly dismantled. She has never heard of any student from her university with such a powerful record, leading her to wonder if his ability might even be S rank. With the others defeated, Xu Jingming turns his attention to the remaining bodyguards. In his transformed state, he feels the violent, bloodthirsty urges from the Thunder Tyrannosaurus blood resurfacing, and he menacingly tells them it is their turn. The two men are frozen in terror, calling him a demon. Xu Jingming scoffs, retorting that compared to murderers like them, he considers himself far more human. Realizing they are outmatched, the remaining men make a desperate final stand. On their leader's command, they all consume their own blood-burst pills, preparing to fight to the death. The battle that follows is swift and brutal. The scene cuts to the aftermath, where Xu Jingming, now back in his normal form but shirtless, stands victorious amidst the defeated bodies of the entire team. The immense power of his Thunder Extreme mode has taken its toll. He leans against a rock wall, breathing heavily and completely exhausted. He reflects that while his transformation is incredibly powerful, the energy drain is severe. Using it for just over 10 minutes, he realizes, is more draining than fighting for several hours. After the intense battle, a concerned Jiang Chuxuan rushes to Xu Jingming's side, asking if he is all right. Despite his exhaustion, he reassures her that he is fine and suggests they collect the valuable spring water and herbs before they rest. Standing by the pristine spring, Jiang Chuxuan expresses her relief that the bloody fight did not contaminate the precious resource. They proceed to carefully fill several glass bottles with the potent water from the Earth Spirit Spring. After they finish, Xu Jingming notes they collected even more than they had estimated. He hands 1.5 bottles to Jiang Chuchuan, insisting she take them as her share, acknowledging that she also fought hard. Overjoyed by his generosity, she thanks him enthusiastically. However, their moment of relief is cut short. Suddenly, Jiang Chuchuan stumbles and cries out in pain. She collapses forward against Xu Jingming, realizing with dread that the severe side effects of the bloodburst pill she took earlier are finally kicking in. The severe side effects of the bloodburst pill finally hit Jiang Chuxuan. She cries out in pain and collapses forward against Xu Jingming, who is surprised but catches her. Lying on the ground, she thinks about how she is powerless, unable to use her energy, and too weak to even get clothes from her space ring. Trembling and blushing, she feels deeply embarrassed and worries about the bad impression she's making. Seeing her condition, Xu Jingming says the pill's side effects are strong and that he will take her somewhere to rest. Without waiting for a response, he lifts her into his arms, which surprises and flusters her. As he carries her, her heart beats rapidly, and she wonders if it's because this is the first time she has been so close to a man. Xu Jingming carries her to a small grassy clearing and gently sets her down. He tells her to rest there while he goes to collect the remaining herbs. Before leaving, he takes off his own black shirt and offers it to her so she can cover herself. Jiang Chuchuan accepts it, thinking about how kind and considerate he is. While she recovers, Xu Jingming turns his attention to the defeated bodyguards. He takes a space ring from one and examines its contents. He thinks the loot from the elite team is disappointing, as he only finds some cash, beast materials, herbs, and a C-grade combat technique. Holding the 2 rings, he hopes he can trade them for a single, larger one, thinking that carrying his long spear is very inconvenient. From the ground, Jiang Chuxuan calls out to him. She explains the Earth Spirit Spring can help with her weakness, and timidly asks if he can give her a sip. Xu Jingming gives her some of the spring water in a vial, and she drinks it eagerly. Instantly, she sighs in relief as her strength begins to return. Jiang Chuxuan tells Xu Jingming she feels much better, though she estimates she will need another 3 to 4 hours to recover completely. She marvels that the pill's side effects can be countered and comments on how miraculous the S-grade Earth Spirit Spring is. Xu Jingming considers her recovery time and realizes it will be night in a few hours. For their safety, he suggests they rest in the cave overnight. The thought of spending a night alone with a man in a dark cave leaves Jiang Chuxuan utterly shocked and flustered. When Xu Jingming asks her opinion, the blushing Jiang Chuxuan shyly agrees, telling him she will follow his lead. The next morning, the sun shines through the forest. Having fully recovered, Jiang Chuxuan stretches her arms, feeling refreshed. She comments on how pleasant the forest air is, joking that she could stay for a month if not for the dangerous beasts. She glances at Xu Jingming and reflects on her worries from the previous night, chiding herself for her wild imagination. She concludes he is not the kind of person she feared, yet feels a slight sense of disappointment. Her thoughts are interrupted when Xu Jingming says it's time to leave and that he will escort her to the edge of the forest. Surprised, she quickly agrees. The two then begin to run through the woods, with Xu Jingming in the lead. Suddenly, he comes to an abrupt stop, putting his arm out to prevent her from going further. A moment later, a massive, flaming creature leaps over their heads. Jiang Chuxuan looks up in terror, identifying it as a powerful 5th-tier blazing tiger. The great beast lands far ahead and continues to flee. Peeking from behind a tree, Xu Jingming wonders if the tiger didn't notice them, but Jiang Chuxuan observes its panicked state and suggests it is running for its life. Her eyes widen as she realizes what must be chasing it. A massive horde of gray, wolf-like beasts with red eyes rushes past. In a hushed tone, Jiang Chuxuan explains they are iron-toothed rats. She clarifies that while they are only first-tier beasts, in a swarm they are incredibly dangerous and could overwhelm a sixth-tier powerhouse. Now she understands why the blazing tiger was forced to flee. Faced with the swarm, Jiang Chuxuan panics and urges Xu Jingming to flee. Reacting instantly, Xu Jingming grabs her hand, and they turn and run, with the horde of rats in hot pursuit. As they sprint, Xu Jingming knows the rats have incredible stamina, making a simple escape impossible. With the supply base 90 kilometers away, he realizes they need to move faster. His spear slows him down, and he declares he must abandon it. However, Jiang Chuxuan quickly offers a solution, telling him her space ring is large enough to hold it. She effortlessly stores the heavy spear, freeing him. Now much lighter, Xu Jingming notes that holding hands is still too slow. He suggests it would be more efficient for him to carry her on his back, a proposal that leaves a stunned Jiang Chuxuan speechless. Before she can object, he swiftly lifts her onto his back and continues their escape at an even greater speed. He eventually breaks out of the forest and into a ruined city. However, their relief is short-lived. They see the swarm devouring another beast's corpse. Xu Jingming grimly realizes their worst fear has come true. The rat tide has overrun the entire area. Cornered, he declares they must fight. He activates his Thunder Extreme mode, his body erupting in purple lightning as demonic horns sprout from his head. He tells a frightened Jiang Chuxuan to hold on tight as he charges into the horde. He becomes a blur of destructive energy, cutting through the rats and earning ability points for each kill. Meanwhile, at a military outpost, Manager Wang Chuang and his team are monitoring the crisis. An official reports the rat tide is over 300,000 strong. Wang Chuang, looking grim, remarks it will be a devastating blow to the ecosystem. A subordinate shows a map of trapped ability users, lamenting that most will likely be devoured. Wang Chuang worries about Xu Jingming, thinking that unless his master, Yang Zhentian, intervenes, no one can save him if he's caught. Suddenly, a soldier spots a massive sphere of purple lightning on the monitors. Wang Chuang orders his troops to prepare to engage. A report comes in that the target is moving at 80 meters per second. The soldiers open fire, but their bullets are useless against the powerful energy barrier. Unleashing his full power, Xu Jingming, still in his demonic form, leaps high into the air with Jiang Chuxuan, soaring over the military blockade. He lands gracefully among the startled soldiers as his transformation fades. The soldiers are left in stunned silence. One exclaims he thought the approaching energy was a lightning beast, not a person. Another remarks on the man's terrifying aura, while a third finds the girl's silhouette strangely familiar. Now back in his normal form, shirtless and exhausted, Xu Jingming tells Jiang Chuxuan they have reached the supply base and are safe. A relieved Jiang Chuxuan holds his arm, thanking him. Just then, Manager Wang Chuang rushes over. Recognizing Xu Jingming, he asks if he can help after his escape. Xu Jingming explains he ran for over 40 minutes from the mountain area and is exhausted, asking only for a room to rest. Internally, Wang Chuang is astounded, knowing the mountains are over 90 kilometers away. He thinks even a fourth-tier ability user would struggle to break through the horde from such a distance. Eager to help, Wang Chuang offers to arrange a room, but Jiang Chuxuan steps in, stating she will take care of him. As she supports the weary Xu Jingming, nearby soldiers begin to gossip. They recognize her as Goddess Jiang and comment on how lucky the young man is. They speculate about their relationship, with one soldier lamenting that his goddess has been stolen. 2 full days and nights later, Xu Jingming finally awakens in a comfortable bed. He finds Jiang Chuxuan by his side, who greets him with a cheerful smile. She tells him he has been asleep for a long time and she was about to give him some Earth Spirit Spring to help him recover. Surprised he slept so long, Xu Jingming asks about the wilderness. Jiang Chuxuan informs him the rat tide has not yet receded, so the area is under lockdown. She adds that after it's over, there will likely be very few beasts left. Realizing there is no reason to stay, Xu Jingming decides to return to the university, as the semester is about to begin. Hearing this, Jiang Chuxuan says she is also going back and suggests they travel together. Xu Jingming readily agrees. As they are making plans, Jiang Chuxuan remembers something she promised. She presents him with the autographed picture he had asked for. To Xu Jingming's complete surprise, the photo shows her posing suggestively in revealing lingerie, a far cry from what he had expected. Flustered by the revealing photo, A blushing Xu Jingming explains to Jiang Chuxuan that he was asking for it on behalf of a friend, suggesting this one might be too inappropriate and asking for a more ordinary one. Jiang Chuxuan is surprised, realizing she misunderstood his intentions. Internally, Jiang Chuxuan is mortified, scolding herself for assuming he was interested in her. Flustered, she offers to give him a new photo and asks for the revealing one back. However, Xu Jingming looks down at the picture and shyly asks if he could keep it for himself, which surprises her. A pleased smile spreads across her face as she tells him of course he can. Trying to change the subject, a flustered Xu Jingming says that since he's been asleep for 2 days, he needs to book a train ticket for their return. Jiang Chuxuan dismisses the idea of a train, explaining that she drove her car and offers to give him a ride back with her. Later, they drive back in a stylish yellow convertible sports car. As they travel, Xu Jingming remarks that only a major online celebrity like her would own such a limited edition car and notes it's his first time in a self-driving vehicle. Jiang Chuxuan casually explains it is simple to manage. They soon arrive back at the Modu Superpower University campus. Having changed into casual clothes, they get out of the car, and Xu Jingming now carries his spear on his shoulder. Their arrival doesn't go unnoticed, as students admire Xu Jingming's handsome appearance, but lament that he seems to have an equally beautiful girlfriend. Walking through campus, Xu Jingming reflects on how much his strength has changed in the month and a half he has been away. Jiang Chuxuan asks which district his dorm is in. He tells her District 3. Since she lives in District 2, she suggests they should part ways there. Before they leave, Jiang Chuxuan tells Xu Jingming not to hesitate to ask if he ever needs anything. He agrees. Just as they are about to part, Jiang Chuxuan quickly steps forward, surprising Xu Jingming. She leans in and gives him a quick kiss on the cheek. With a playful smile, she tells him it is a small thank you for saving her life. She then waves goodbye and walks away, leaving a blushing Xu Jingming behind. He touches his cheek, still processing the gesture, and thinks to himself that he was just forcefully kissed. Later, in her luxurious dorm, Jiang Chuxuan sits on her bed, thinking someone as powerful as Xu Jingming can't be unknown. Deciding to investigate, she opens her laptop to search for his information. She muses that all the recent campus buzz is about freshmen. Soon, she finds his detailed file. As she reads, her expression turns to pure shock. She discovers Xu Jingming is a freshman, an upper-tier second-rank user. With a pout, she realizes she has been calling him senior the entire time and calls him a big liar. She playfully vows to tease her junior brother next time they meet. Meanwhile, back in his dorm, Xu Jingming reviews his gains from the trip. He completed his missions, acquired 2 space rings, and now has over 25 million in his bank account. He regrets that the rat tide cut his hunt short, preventing him from collecting more ability points. His system panel confirms his new status as an upper second-tier user with an S-rank ability, and he has 3,712 ability points. He feels confident this is enough to learn powerful S-rank combat techniques. His thoughts are interrupted as his roommate, Liu Wentao, bursts into the room. He exclaims that Xu Jingming is finally back and scolds him for not giving a heads up, saying he was worried after hearing about the rat tide. Xu Jingming confirms the tide happened but assures him the military is now handling it. As he speaks, Liu Wentao suddenly senses a change in his roommate's aura. His eyes widen in shock as he realizes Xu Jingming has broken through to the second tier. Xu Jingming calmly corrects him, stating he is an upper second tier user now. Liu Wentao is amazed. Xu Jingming explains he had a few near-death encounters but was lucky enough to survive and achieve a breakthrough. Liu Wentao is impressed, saying Xu Jingming is no ordinary person and wonders if he should also try a life-or-death situation to get stronger. Xu Jingming immediately advises against it, telling his friend his situation was special and the wilderness is too dangerous for him. Liu Wentao agrees not to go, then remembers something important. He tells Xu Jingming that Song Chu-Q came looking for him several times and suggests he should contact her. Xu Jingming says he will, then remembers the gift he brought back. He hands the autographed photo to a confused Liu Wentao. A moment later, Liu Wentao's confusion turns to pure ecstasy. His eyes turn into hearts as he stares at the photo of Goddess Jiang, and he lets out a scream of pure joy. Back at the university, Xu Jingming goes to the Battle Technique Library. He reflects that the 4 missions he completed earned him 871 credits, a fast way to accumulate them. Sitting at a desk, he summons the AI, Eva, and tells it to display all available S-rank lightning combat techniques. Instantly, holographic displays appear, showing powerful skills. He sees techniques like Thunder Mark, which inflicts massive lightning damage, and Thunder Prison, which creates an unbreakable lightning barrier. As he browses, he is surprised that a top-tier school like Madu University only has just over 20 S-rank lightning techniques. Knowing these skills are crucial for his future, he resolves to choose carefully. He continues sifting through the options, eventually focusing on 2, Heavenly Thunder Art, a ranged ability that summons natural lightning, and Thunder Armor, a defensive skill that creates a shield. He decides they are a perfect combination of long-range offense and defense. While a normal person might have to specialize, Xu Jingming smirks, thinking that with his cheat system, he can simply take them all. He discovers Heavenly Thunder Art is a prerequisite for a more powerful SSS rank technique called Myriad Heavenly Thunder Guide. He begins studying the manual and is struck by its complexity, finding it even more intricate than his Thunder Indestructible Body technique. The difficult content makes him sweat, and he thinks it's harder than understanding professional literature during his doctoral studies in his past life. After 6 long hours of intense study, an exhausted Xu Jingming slumps over his desk. He sighs, having finally gained a basic understanding. He decides that's enough manual effort, and it's time for his system to take over. He clenches his fist and calls out to his system, Deep Blue, commanding it to add the points to master the skill. A massive surge of purple lightning erupts from him as the system instantly integrates the knowledge into his mind and body. The process is successful, but he is stunned by the cost. Upgrading one S-rank technique to the elementary level required a staggering 1,600 ability points. He can't believe all the points he worked so hard to earn are only enough for these 2 skills. Just then, Eva floats over, reminding him it is 1 in the morning and he should use his time wisely. It also warns him not to use superpowers in the library. A bit sheepish, Xu Jingming agrees. Realizing it's too late to start the second, equally time-consuming technique, he decides to come back another time. On the Madu University campus, a young man jogs past a girl on a late-night run. The girl is Song Chu-kyu, and as she runs, she reflects on her intense training regimen. For over a month, she has been pushing herself to train late, a dedication that surprises even her. She is determined to challenge Xu Jingming when he returns, vowing to show him that she is the true #1 freshman. Her training is interrupted when she spots a large bird silhouetted against the full moon. It is a massive, menacing creature with red eyes, which she identifies as a white-ringed black feather eagle. She analyzes the threat, noting the eagle uses speed and camouflage to hunt in cities. She estimates it to be around the 3rd tier and concludes it would be a very difficult opponent. Suddenly, a loud noise from above startles her. She looks up, confused to hear thunder with no clouds in the sky. A moment later, a massive sphere of purple lightning materializes and explodes in the night sky, striking the eagle and tearing it to pieces in a shower of blood and feathers. Staring in disbelief at the raw power, Song Chu-kyu wonders which high-level lightning user could have destroyed the beast so effortlessly. Given the distance, she realizes the attack must have come from within the campus. She speculates it must have been a powerful senior student or a university mentor. The scene reveals the true source of the attack. Xu Jingming, standing in a secluded wooded area, surrounded by the crackling remnants of his power. A confident smirk is on his lips as purple lightning swirls around him. He reflects on his test, thinking that even this small demonstration shows the astonishing power of his new S-rank combat technique, the Heavenly Thunder Art. In the woods on campus, a system notification confirms Xu Jingming killed a mid-tier 3rd-rank white-ringed black feather eagle, earning him 34 ability points. He is amazed, thinking his new Heavenly Thunder Art is stronger than he imagined, with incredible destructive force and a range of nearly a kilometer. As he walks away, pleased, he is secretly watched from the trees by a mysterious young man who finds the famous freshman interesting. The next morning, as Xu Jingming prepares to leave his dorm, his roommate asks where he's going so early. Xu Jingming explains he's heading back to the Battle Technique Library to study for the freshman competition in a few days. Watching him go, Liu Wentao is amazed by his roommate's dedication, thinking it's not human to train so hard right after returning from the wilderness. Inspired, he decides to start training after his meal. As Xu Jingming walks through the campus, Song Chu calls his name. He turns, and she expresses her relief that he's back safely from the wilderness. She quickly gets to the point, reminding him of his promise to spar with her. When he asks if she's sure, she confidently puts her hands on her hips, telling him not to underestimate her since she was the top scorer in her province. Xu Jingming agrees to spar later, but an impatient Song Qiu grabs his hand, insisting they use his dorm's training room right now. As she pulls him along, he's amused by her decisive personality, thinking it's typical for someone from Sichuan. He wonders why she's so eager to fight. Internally, Song Qiu thinks about how surprised he'll be when he sees she has also advanced to the 2nd tier. They soon arrive at the training room, watched by Liu Wentao and Shi Dongxia. Xu Jingming stands ready with his spear. Warming up, Song Chukyu smirks confidently, taunting him not to lose too badly. He calmly replies she can't defeat him without a weapon. She smirks, confirming she has one. She summons her weapon from her space ring. It materializes in a flash of light, and she expertly catches the massive, ornate halberd. Xu Jingming is surprised, thinking a Fang Tianhuaji is a very rare weapon for a girl. Weapon in hand, Song Chukyu vows to defeat him. He calmly accepts. From the sidelines, Liu Wentao grins, declaring his brother Ming has already won, which Qi Dongxia finds amusing. As the match starts, he senses her aura and realizes she's reached the lower second tier. He thinks this is the source of her confidence but isn't concerned. A massive surge of purple lightning erupts from him as he declares he hasn't been standing still either. The force of his power shocks Qi Dongxia, who exclaims it's impossible he's an upper second-tier user. A smug Liu Wentao teases her, saying he told her that her friend was no match. Song Chukyu is stunned, realizing her plan has backfired. She wonders how his promotion speed is so much faster than hers when they were both top scorers. Surrounded by lightning, Xu Jingming asks if she wants to continue. Flustered, she agrees, but asks him not to use too much force. Amused, he praises her flexibility. He tells her he won't attack first and she can come at him when ready. With a determined look, she warns him not to regret it and unleashes her A-rank ability, Light of Dawn. He observes the brilliant light, noting it's a natural type ability like his lightning, and wonders about its power. Channeling her power, she leaps forward, her halberd covered in a glowing, fiery aura. He notes with interest it's his first time seeing a weapon-enhancing technique. He swings his spear to meet her, the clash of lightning and light creating a brilliant explosion. With a confident smile, he easily parries her strike, his superior strength nullifying her attack. The force sends a shocked Song Chukyu stumbling back. He calmly remarks that her technique is impressive, but lacks true power. Watching, an impressed Liu Wentao exclaims, "Beautiful," noting his friend easily blocked her famous technique. Undeterred, a determined Song Chukyu declares she will try again. She unleashes a furious barrage of attacks, creating afterimages as she strikes from all angles. He remains unfazed, effortlessly deflecting every strike. He calmly critiques her, saying her speed is too slow, her power is insufficient, and she needs more practice. The intense assault quickly leaves her exhausted and out of breath. She gives up, amazed he countered her A-rank combat technique, which unleashes over 100 strikes in seconds, without using any special skills. Leaning on her halberd, she speculates his spear proficiency is beyond advanced. He calmly confirms it has reached the master level. The revelation shocks her. She exclaims that after training since she was 8, she's only reached the advanced level. She looks at him in disbelief and declares he's a monster. Turning away, she concedes the match, admitting that with his S-rank ability and talent, she has no hope of surpassing him. He asks if she wants to test his other techniques, but she declines. She explains that with his superior power, her techniques would be useless against his defenses. As a thank you, she invites him to lunch, and he accepts. She says she'll see him at noon and leaves with Qi Dongxia, who remarks that he seems to be the stronger one. After they leave, Liu Wentao gives him a thumbs up, praising him for being the strongest. Xu Jingming modestly replies that Song Chukyu isn't that strong, but her advancement speed is impressive. Liu Wentao smiles, saying Xu Jingming only thinks that because of his own power. He then reveals a shocking truth. Song Chukyu is the great-granddaughter of Song Daoyuan, a legendary S-rank grandmaster from the history books. The news leaves him speechless, recalling an entire chapter dedicated to the man 80 years ago. Liu Wentao explains that since her family is in Sichuan and she is the Grandmaster's most beloved great-granddaughter, her rapid advancement is expected. Xu Jingming now understands her background and how she could afford expensive items. Feeling a new urgency, he tells Liu Wentao he must get back to training and quickly leaves. Back in the library, Xu Jingming masters his second S-rank skill, Thunder Armor. He tests it, his body covered in a shield of purple lightning. He's impressed that it reduces impact by 90% and auto-counterattacks, making it a great defense. 4 hours later, he checks his system panel and sees he only has just over 700 ability points left after learning the two skills. He notes to himself to visit the wilderness to replenish his points in the future. With his preparations complete, a determined look crosses his face as he resolves to focus on the upcoming freshman competition. On September 1st, the day of the competition, Xu Jingming's group walks to the venue. He remarks on the unusual weapons of his female friends. Qi Dongxia, with large mechanical claws, explains a unique style helps win faster, and her goal is the top 50. Song Chukyu says her goal is second place. This interests Xu Jingming, who asks if she's given up on fighting him again. She admits she can't beat him, so there's no point. Liu Wentao then mentions another strong contender, Li Chengji, Qinghai's top scorer, who has also reached the second tier. Song Qiuqiu is eager to see how strong this rival is. Just then, Qi Dongxia points, announcing they have arrived. The group arrives at a massive arena. In the stands, Jiang Chuchuan sits with Tang Qi. Tang Qi is surprised Jiang Chuchuan is interested in the competition. Jiang Chuchuan smiles, saying she's there for someone she's paying close attention to. When Tang Qi asks who, Jiang Chuchuan reveals it's a boy and points to the entrance, saying he's just arrived. Below, our boys group enters. Liu Wentao is amazed by the massive stage, wondering why the school built something so extravagant. Xu Jingming explains his teacher told him the competition is a 100-person battle royale, which requires a large stage. The idea of a large-scale battle excites Xu Jingming, and a predatory grin spreads across his face as he thinks about how interesting it will be. As the freshmen gather on the arena floor, Liu Wentao looks up at the spectator stands in amazement. He points out the large number of important figures who have come to watch, including the presidents of the university's two most powerful clubs, the Ash Flame Society and the Starfall Society. He guesses that such an impressive lineup must be there specifically for Xu Jingming. This surprises Xu Jingming, who asks if superpower universities even have club activities. Liu Wentao confirms they do, explaining that unlike clubs at regular universities, these are combat teams made of powerful ability users. He adds that the clubs regularly go to the wilderness to hunt beasts, give valuable training resources to their members each month, and even offer a path to join their guilds after graduation. He then mentions that Xu Jingming's senior, Liu Ming, is the vice president of the Ash Flame Society. He finds it strange that Liu Ming isn't present on such an important day for his junior brother. Xu Jingming looks down with concern. He thinks to himself that he hasn't been able to contact his senior or his master since returning. He recalls hearing they went to the southwest and can't help but wonder if they are safe. Meanwhile, in a private box, a subordinate reports to his president about the tight battle situation in the southwest, thanking him for returning. He suggests that recruiting new members could be left to them. The president, a man with silver hair, is revealed to be Wei He, the president of the Ash Flame Society. He dismisses the suggestion, stating his only goal for returning is to recruit Xu Jingming at any cost. As he scans the stands, he notices another prominent figure and wonders why Wu Lan from the Starfall Society is also there. In another section, Wu Lan, president of the Starfall Society, looks down at the arena with a confident smirk, clearly sharing the same target. Suddenly, a massive, glowing magic circle appears in the sky, signaling the start of the competition. From the circle, a magnificent balcony emerges, floating down towards the arena. The crowd murmurs in awe, wondering if it's the work of a powerful space-type ability user. A portal of golden light opens on the balcony, and a figure steps through. An elegant and powerful-looking woman with long brown hair emerges, her presence commanding attention. Liu Wentao recognizes her as the vice principal who guards the battle technique library. Xu Jingming is stunned by how young she appears, but Liu Wentao explains that the powerful bodies of ability users make them age slower, though he estimates she must be at least 40. Standing on the floating balcony, the vice principal introduces herself. Her name is Ling Shuang, and she is one of the university's 3 vice principals, responsible for the Battle Technique Library. She explains that since the principal is away, she will be presiding over the opening ceremony. She begins by welcoming the new students to Madu Superpower University. She announces that this year's freshman class has 1024 students, including 6 provincial top scorers. She provides a breakdown of their abilities, 56 with A rank, 832 with B rank, and 135 with C and D rank abilities. With a subtle glance, she adds that there is also one extremely rare S-rank Awakens student among them, an announcement that catches the attention of Xu Jingming and his friends. Ling Shuang continues, explaining that to help students grow stronger, the university gives resources each year based on a 5-tier rating system, from D to S. She declares the upcoming freshman competition will determine their treatment and rating for their first year. The students murmur about the intense pressure of the university's competitive systems. Hearing this, Ling Shuang scoffs at the idea of fairness. A powerful dark aura erupts from her as she forcefully asks when she ever said Modu University was a fair place. With a stern expression, she declares their goal is to cultivate top-tier powerhouses, and the birth of the strong requires them to go through harsh competition. Her intense declaration leaves the freshmen in stunned silence. Xu Jingming, however, is not intimidated. A confident smirk plays on his lips as he thinks this competitive environment proves he made the right choice. Ling Shuang advises the students not to hide their strength, as greater power leads to more resources. She then explains the competition details. The first stage is a 100-person battle royale. Floating drones will track the number of opponents each student defeats. The battle will have 10 rounds, with the top 5 from each round advancing. She then projects a screen displaying the rewards. First place will receive a 10 cubic meter space ring, A-grade cultivation resources, and 1,000 credits. Second and third place will receive A-grade and B-grade combat suits, B-grade resources, and a large number of credits. The incredible value of the prizes leaves the students in awe. Ling Shuang adds one final detail. The competition results will also determine their permission levels within the university from C rank to A rank. She clarifies that the rare S rank permission is granted separately. With her speech concluded, she hands the proceedings to another dean and gracefully departs in a flash of golden light. Taking over, the dean of the Elemental Academy, Sun Ching Sui, stands before the crowd. She officially declares the start of the freshman competition. As encouragement, she reminds the students that those who perform exceptionally well may be chosen by teachers to become personal disciples, urging them to do their best. The students murmur with excitement, realizing this is their chance. Sun Ching Sui explains the first stage will have 10 rounds of battles. The AI Ava begins to randomly select students for the first round. As they watch, our boys group in matching combat suits notices the top scorer from Qinghai, Li Chengji, is in the first group. From the stage, Li Chengji looks at them and gives a provocative smirk. Qidongxia points it out, while an annoyed Song Chu calls him arrogant. A mischievous Liu Wentao thinks to himself that Li Chengji has made a terrible mistake. The 100 selected students gather on the arena floor. Dean Sun Ching Shui reassures them they do not need to worry about dying, as Eva will generate a protective shield if anyone's life is in danger. She adds that a medical team is on standby. With a countdown from 3, the battle begins. The arena erupts into a chaotic free-for-all. In the stands, spectators are drawn to a powerful, sword-wielding student who is dominating the fight, noting he has already broken through to the second tier. They identify him as Li Chengji, the top scorer from Qinghai Province. On the battlefield, Li Chengji effortlessly cuts down opponents, calling his fallen foes weaklings. The first round ends swiftly. An AI drone announces Li Chengji has taken first place by defeating 36 people. As he steps down, he looks up at Xu Jingming and issues a challenge, wondering if Xu Jingming can surpass his score. Watching Li Chengji's arrogant display, Liu Wentao sweats and declares the guy is beyond saving, remarking he has never seen someone so determined to court disaster. In the stands, a member of the Starfall Society points out Li Chengji's breakthrough to their president, Wu Lan, and asks if they should make him their primary target. Wu Lan calmly dismisses the idea, stating their number one target remains Xu Jingming. When his subordinate asks if he has inside information, Wu Lan replies it's not a secret, but something he witnessed himself. A short while later, Eva announces the start of the second round and calls the selected students to the stage. To his friend's excitement, Xu Jingming is among them. Liu Wentao and Song Chu cheer him on, telling him to show Li Chengji his true power. Xu Jingming calmly agrees. As Xu Jingming steps onto the stage, the other contestants are filled with dread. They complain about their terrible luck and immediately give up on first place, deciding to fight for the remaining 4 spots. Xu Jingming stands confidently, thinking his opponents are naive if they believe they are safe just by keeping their distance. From the VIP section, the deans observe. One dean asks Dean Sun Ching Shui if Xu Jingming is Dean Yang Gentian's new disciple. She confirms this, identifying him as the S-rank user. The dean comments on his impressive aura. However, as Xu Jingming reveals his power, another dean is so shocked he spits out his drink, exclaiming in disbelief that Xu Jingming has reached the second tier when he was only an awakened a month ago. The other deans share his shock, marveling at his terrifying advancement speed. Dean Sun Ching Shui thinks to herself that Dean Yang is good at keeping secrets. The countdown for the battle begins. As soon as the match starts, Xu Jingming unleashes a massive, swirling vortex of purple lightning that instantly engulfs a large part of the arena, leaving the other students stunned. Standing at the center of the storm, he spins his spear with blinding speed, a predatory grin on his face. He thinks that compared to slaughtering beasts, he still finds fighting against other humans to be far more enjoyable. Xu Jingming's immense display of power shocks the other contestants. A blast of energy pushes them back, and one realizes with horror that the aura is from a second-tier ability user. Standing in a swirl of purple lightning, Xu Jingming confirms their fears, as the students shout in disbelief that he is a second-tier user. The other competitors look on in despair, complaining about the unfairness of facing a freshman who is already a tier above them. From the stands, Wulan, president of the Starfall Society, calmly observes. His subordinate asks if he already knew about our boy's true strength. Wulan replies that he did, commenting that Xu Jingming's potential is now clear to all. In another section, Zhang Chuxuan smiles, realizing she's been calling her junior a senior, and playfully vows to get even with him. Meanwhile, Li Chengji grits his teeth in frustration. He had planned to use Xu Jingming's fame to make a name for himself, but now his plan is useless. He curses his bad luck for being in a different round than Xu Jingming and wonders what to do now. In the arena, one student seizes the opportunity. He tells the others that Xu Jingming is too strong to face alone and proposes they team up to eliminate him first. The suggestion is met with enthusiastic agreement, as everyone knows it's their only chance. Xu Jingming, still in his lightning storm, senses a persuasive force in the speaker's voice, realizing he must be a spiritual type ability user. A young man with purple hair named Shai Ying reveals himself, unleashing his A-rank psychic ability to unite the students. He assures them that if they follow his orders, they have a rare chance to defeat an S-rank ability user. Motivated, the other students rally to his cause. In the VIP box, the deans comment on the event. Wu Wen notes that Xiying has united the freshmen, while Sun Qingshui recognizes Xiying as a disciple of Dean Long Ke. Dean Long Ke, head of the Tactics Academy, smiles smugly, though he thinks the students' unity is due to our guy's strength, not Xiying's leadership. Still, Sun Qingshui believes Xu Jingming is in trouble, thinking it would be a huge joke if an S-rank user were eliminated in the first round. Below, Xu Jingming watches his opponents group up. Xu Ying taunts him, saying he lost his chance to attack and asking how he plans to face 102 opponents. Instead of being intimidated, Xu Jingming smirks with confidence, asking why Xu Ying assumes he is at a disadvantage. He summons his power, materializing a spear of pure lightning in his hand. In response, Xu Ying orders his new army to attack, sending close combat fighters to the front while ranged and support types prepare. With the chance to defeat an S-rank user before them, the students charge forward as one, their battle cries filling the arena. From a safe distance, Xu Ying creates a rock barrier, taunting Xu Jingming that he should focus on surviving the onslaught before trying to reach him. Xu Jingming, however, remains unimpressed. He coolly thinks that their numbers mean little against his power. He decides to act, hurling the massive lightning spear not at the students, but directly at Xu Ying's defensive wall. The spear connects with devastating force, shattering the rock barrier instantly. The resulting explosion of purple energy sends a powerful shockwave out, repelling the closest attackers. The raw energy continues to surge across the arena floor. Caught in the blast, Xu Ying and the others look on in terror, screaming that the energy is about to explode and they are all going to die. A moment later, their fears are realized as the energy detonates in a massive explosion, covering a huge section of the battlefield. Onlookers are stunned by the scale of the blast, with one student exclaiming he just saw a mushroom cloud. Others worry that Xu Ying and his group have been killed. The university's safety system kicks in. An AI drone announces that a life-threatening impact triggered the defense grid, encasing several students in protective bubbles. It then delivers the verdict. They have all been eliminated by Xu Jingming. Safe but disqualified, Xu Ying clenches his fist in frustration. He complains that he failed to defeat even one opponent and is now out, all because he messed with Xu Jingming. One of the instigators, also eliminated, desperately shouts for the remaining students to continue their attack. Under the effect of Xu Ying's command, a female student declares with determination that she will take Xu Jingming down with her. The remaining fighters, their eyes glowing red, heed the call and launch a final, desperate charge from all sides. Xu Jingming stands calmly at the center, watching as dozens of weapons descend upon him. Far from being overwhelmed, a confident, almost sinister smile spreads across his face as he prepares to meet their charge. Watching from the sidelines, a confident Xu Ying thinks that even if they are all eliminated, it's a worthy sacrifice to defeat Xu Jingming. His confidence shatters the next instant, his face contorting in pure shock as he witnesses the outcome. Xu Jingming effortlessly counters the assault. By simply spinning his spear, he creates a powerful vortex of purple lightning that repels every attacker, sending them flying. With the threat gone, Xu Jingming lets out a small sigh, looking almost bored. Xu Ying looks on in disbelief, wondering how a simple use of an ability could block all their elemental attacks. He questions if this is the true, overwhelming power of an S-rank ability. Shi Ying collapses to his knees, utterly defeated. He laments that even with so many of them, they were nothing more than ants to Xu Jingming. The rest of the audience is in an uproar, marveling at the terrifying power of Xu Jingming's lightning. They note that all other elemental attacks were ineffective. One student who also uses lightning is confused, unable to understand why Xu Jingming's is so much more powerful. In the stands, Jiang Chuchuan cheers, exclaiming she knew her senior would be fine. Beside her, Song Qiuqiu smirks, thinking how naive it was for the students to believe they could defeat Xu Jingming with such a simple plan. From the VIP section, the deans analyze the fight. Dean Long Ke remarks that our boy's proficiency with the Thunder Spear must be at an advanced level. Another dean adds that the throw created a sonic boom, indicating incredible speed and a strong physique. Dean Sun Qingsui looks on thoughtfully, wishing Dean Yang Gentian were there to ask about his extraordinary disciple. Back on the arena floor, the few remaining students are frozen in panic. They realize they have no way to break through his defenses. Utterly demoralized, one suggests their only option is to run away. Seeing the remaining students frozen with fear, Xu Jingming turns with a confident smirk. With purple lightning swirling around him, he mockingly asks if they are too scared to attack, declaring that if so, he will come to them. He leaps forward, shattering the ground as he becomes a blur of pure energy. He closes the distance in an instant, moving like a phantom through the students and striking them down with blinding speed. The students panic, shouting in alarm at his incredible speed. One desperately calls for the others to form a defensive formation, but another argues they must stick together. Heeding the advice, the remaining fighters form a tight cluster with a shield bearer at the front, bracing for his assault. Seeing their organized defense, Xu Jingming's smirk widens. He thinks to himself that this is finally getting interesting. He weaves through their ranks, a whirlwind of lightning and steel. As he dismantles their formation, he calmly critiques his opponent's flaws, telling one their angle is wrong, another they are too slow, and a third that their power is too weak. As he moves, one student unleashes a wave of ice to stop him, but Xu Jingming lands gracefully amidst the attack, unfazed. In a matter of seconds, the battle is over. The arena floor is littered with the defeated bodies of every other contestant. Xu Jingming stands over the last fallen student, his expression cold. With a final, contemptuous declaration that they were all too weak, he thrusts his spear into the ground, a definitive end to the one-sided slaughter. The defeated students lie on the ground, demoralized. One complains that Xu Jingming not only defeated them effortlessly, but also had the nerve to call them weak. Another student laments his bad luck for being in the same group as him. Eva floats above, announcing the end of the round. With a confident smile, Xu Jingming rests his spear on his shoulder as the drone declares him the sole qualifier, having defeated 102 opponents. The drone begins to announce the remaining qualifiers but stops. Dean Sun Qingsui takes over, explaining that since Xu Jingming was the only one to advance, the others must compete in an additional round to determine the other four. In the stands, the audience is buzzing. A female student remarks that it was an absolute crushing victory, the first time she's seen a competition where only one person advanced from a round. Her friend agrees, predicting the university's clubs will be fighting to recruit Xu Jingming. The deans are equally impressed. Dean Long Ke recalls that in over 40 years of the competition, the previous elimination record was 87, set by another S-rank user in a 7-minute match. They agree Xu Jingming's new record will likely never be broken. Dean Long Ke then wonders how Dean Yang Gentian trained Xu Jingming's spearmanship to the master level. Dean Sun Qingsui is stunned, acknowledging Xu Jingming must have incredible talent for weaponry. She admits she originally wanted him for the Elemental Academy, but now sees there is no need. A slight smile graces her lips as she thinks that with a student like him, there's no need to worry about the upcoming 3-school freshman research trip. Back on the ground floor, Song Qiuqiu and Qi Dongjia rush over to congratulate Xu Jingming. Liu Wentao excitedly points out the look on Li Chengji's face, which he says turned purple after Xu Jingming eliminated Shi Ying. He jokes that Li Chengji could learn face-changing. Xu Jingming looks over at his rival, thinking Li Chengji is just a paper tiger who bullies the weak. While he found his opponent's arrogance intolerable, he decides not to confront him now. He resolves to issue a formal challenge to Li Chengji during the second stage of the competition. He then turns to his friends, patting Liu Wentao's shoulder and telling them it's their turn next. He assures them advancing to the top 50 should be simple, and an eager Liu Wentao agrees. Xu Jingming shares a fist bump with Song Qiuqiu, who tells him that even though she can't beat him, she will prove she is the strongest freshman besides him. The competition continues. In round 3, Liu Wentao fights to 4th place, defeating 9 opponents. Later, in round 6, Qi Dongjia uses her claws to secure 3rd place after defeating 12 opponents. Finally, in round 8, it is Song Chu-kyu's turn. She stands in the arena with her massive halberd, confidently declaring her time has come. Her arrival causes a stir, with many students recognizing her as the top scorer from Sichuan province. They admire her appearance and rare weapon, with one fan declaring her the school's new goddess. The match begins, and Song Chu-kyu immediately activates her A-rank ability, Light of Dawn, covering her halberd in a brilliant golden aura. She moves with incredible grace and power, cutting through contestants with swift strikes. Her strength shocks the other students, who cry out upon realizing she is another second-tier user. One student expresses relief that she is only a low-rank second-tier user and not as powerful as Xu Jingming, but his friend grimly retorts that it makes no difference. Watching from the stands, Wu Lan, president of the Starfall Society, is impressed. He instructs his subordinate to list Song Chu-kyu as their second recruitment target. In the arena, Song Chu-kyu continues her assault, unleashing a technique called Dawn Light Second Dance. She moves like a whirlwind, her glowing halberd striking down multiple opponents. She then gathers her power for a more focused attack, Light Flame Gravity Slash. With a powerful leap, she brings her halberd down in a devastating thrust. The attack is too much for a remaining student, who cries out about the immense weight before collapsing. With the last opponent down, Song Chu-kyu stands victorious. The AI drone announces she has taken first place with 45 eliminations. Her victory secured, she dematerializes her weapon and turns to wave cheerfully at Xu Jingming in the stands. She approaches him, playfully asking his opinion. He praises her, acknowledging her combination of magic and melee combat was amazing, and says he looks forward to facing her in the second round. 2 hours later, the second stage begins, a free challenge, on floating platforms high above the arena. Each student has 3 chances to challenge a higher-ranked opponent, but only those in the top 50 can be challenged. It is now Xu Jingming's turn. He briefly considers challenging second-place Song Chu-kyu, but dismisses the thought. He informs the AI drone that he wants to challenge the third-place student, Li Chengji. The announcement leaves Li Chengji shocked and enraged. He furiously points at Xu Jingming, demanding to know why the first-place student is challenging him. Xu Jingming calmly replies that the rules don't say he must challenge someone higher-ranked. He then adds a chilling reminder, asking if Li Chengji really thought he could be provoked without consequence. The audience buzzes with confusion. A student in the know explains that Li Chengji had previously made an arrogant, throat-slitting gesture at Xu Jingming. The AI, Eva, assigns them an arena. Li Chengji, furious, accepts the challenge, eager to see the true power of an S-rank user. On the floating platform, the two face each other as the AI counts down. As the battle begins, Li Chengji unleashes his full power. He transforms, his body becoming larger and more muscular, covered in red fur with a lion's head. The system identifies his ability as an A-rank, Berserk Blood Lion King. He lets out a ferocious roar. Covered in a red aura, the Lion Man charges, shouting that Xu Jingming forced him to do this. Xu Jingming, his eyes crackling with purple lightning, glares back coldly. He retorts that he didn't force anything, and this is a disaster brought on by Li Chengji's own arrogance. In a flash of lightning, Xu Jingming disappears, moving with incredible speed. He reappears high above the charging Li Chengji, ready to strike with his spear. The Lion Man turns in surprise, scoffing at a lightning-type user daring to engage him head-on. He swings his massive sword, unleashing his wild lion slash. Their weapons meet in a brilliant explosion of energy. The impact is too much for Li Chengji. He is sent flying backward, overpowered by Xu Jingming's blow. As he struggles to stop, a look of disbelief is on his face. He realizes with horror that even in his enhanced form, his opponent's physical strength is far greater. Pressing his advantage, Xu Jingming unleashes a continuous torrent of his purple cloud divine lightning. The electrical energy engulfs the transformed Li Chengji, who roars in agony. The audience watches in horror. They note that if a second-tier enhancement-type user can't handle the pain, it must be excruciating. One student points out in terror that Xu Jingming is deliberately controlling the lightning's power to torture his opponent without dealing a final blow, preventing the AI from ending the match. The consensus is clear. It is better to provoke anyone else but Xu Jingming. Finally, after a few more moments, Li Chengji collapses, his beastly form giving way. The AI drone declares Xu Jingming the winner. Standing victorious, Xu Jingming looks on coldly. He thinks it's a pity he couldn't torture him longer, but concludes that 10 seconds of agony is a lesson that will be remembered. He hopes Li Chengji learns to be more humble. On the ground, a battered Li Chengji pants in shock, muttering that he survived when he thought he was about to die. He watches with terror as Xu Jingming walks away, sighing in relief only when he is gone. His relief is short-lived. Song Chukyu steps forward, pointing her halberd and confidently informing Eva that she also wants to challenge the third-place student, Li Chengji. The announcement sends a fresh wave of terror through him as he realizes his ordeal is not yet over. The fight is over in an instant. The battered Li Chengji is sent flying by Song Chukyu's powerful attack, his transformed body unable to withstand it. With her halberd slammed into the ground and a confident smile on her face, Song Chukyu stands victorious as the AI drone announces her as the winner. A short while later, an unconscious Li Chengji is carried off the arena on a stretcher by the medical team. Song Kyu proudly walks up to Xu Jingming, asking if he saw how she beat up their rival. Xu Jingming calmly acknowledges that she is very powerful. The two share a celebratory fist bump, a clear sign of their growing friendship. Their friendly interaction doesn't go unnoticed. A group of male students look on in dismay, with one complaining that the goddess of their freshman class has already been claimed. Another complains about how quickly Xu Jingming works, noting the school year hasn't even officially started. His friend quickly shushes him, whispering that he doesn't want to end up like Li Chengji. 4 hours later, Dean Sun Qingsui stands before the students and declares the end of the freshman competition, preparing to announce the results. A large holographic screen displays the rankings. Xu Jingming is in first place, Song Chiu-Qiu in second, and Li Chengji in third. Liu Wentao is also shown to have secured the 39th rank. With the competition over, students are instructed to log into the school's website and select their academies. Afterward, Song Chiu-Qiu asks Xu Jingming which class he was assigned to. He shows her his phone, revealing he is in the Weaponry Academy, while she tells him she is in the Elemental Academy. Watching them, Qi Dongxia points out to Liu Wentao how close they have become. Liu Wentao jokingly adds that if she's calling him Jingming today, she'll be calling him darling by tomorrow. Dean Sun King Sue makes a final announcement, closing the ceremony. She reminds the students who performed well that they will receive messages from their exclusive mentors later that evening. In the VIP stands, the deans discuss the outcome. They agree this year's freshmen are much stronger, with one dean singling out Xu Jingming and predicting that in a year or two, he will dominate the entire student body. They conclude the student clubs will be fighting desperately to recruit him. As the event ends, Liu Wentao suggests the group should go out to eat to celebrate. Qi Dongxia agrees and playfully suggests that since Xu Jingming is the newcomer king and a rich man with a space ring, he should treat them. Xu Jingming happily agrees. Liu Wentao cheers, praising Brother Ming for his generosity as the group heads off campus. However, their celebration is interrupted as two young men approach them. The one in the lead calls out to Student Xu, leaving Xu Jingming confused as he doesn't recognize him. The man introduces himself with a confident smile as Wu Lan, the president of the Starfall Society, and formally invites Xu Jingming to join their club. Wu Lan makes his formal offer, explaining that as the school's only S-rank student, the Starfall Society is prepared to be sincere. He promises that if Xu Jingming joins, he will be made vice president, receive 100 credits each semester, and be given B-rank resources. The offer leaves onlookers in awe. One student remarks how envious he is, explaining that regular members have to pay fees and work hard. Another adds that the Starfall Society is a top-tier club, and becoming vice president is a direct path to an elite guild after graduation. Before Xu Jingming can respond, another voice cuts in. Wei He, the president of the Ash Flame Society, arrives and mockingly asks Wu Lan if offering a mere vice presidency isn't a bit stingy. With a confident smirk, Wei He presents his own incredible offer. If Xu Jingming joins the Ash Flame Society, he can become president in training immediately. Wei He promises that as soon as he graduates, Xu Jingming will become the full president, along with other benefits. The crowd is stunned again, recognizing the Ash Flame Society is spending a fortune to recruit him. Wu Lan calmly explains he can't match the offer, as his club's guild has strict rules about appointing presidents. Caught between the two powerful offers, Xu Jingming thoughtfully considers his options. He tells them he needs time to think and will give his answer in a few days. In his mind, he recalls being student council president in his past life. The position took up a great deal of his time, and he concludes that in this new life, it would be better to be more cautious. Both Wu Lan and Wei He agree to give him time and offer him their contact cards, telling him to get in touch when he decides. Before they leave, they also extend an invitation to Xu Jingming's friends, saying they are welcome to join. As the two presidents walk away, Xu Jingming tells his friends it's time to leave, but realizes escaping the crowd won't be easy. As he predicted, they are immediately swarmed by recruiters from other clubs, all vying for his attention with various promises. One club boasts about its female members, another about future prospects, and a third about strong financial backing. After finally breaking free from the horde of recruiters, the group stands together, exhausted. Xu Jingming announces that they can finally go to eat. Just as they are about to leave, he notices a pair of stylish boots approaching. A beautiful woman with long, silvery white hair appears, greeting him with a playful smile as her junior. It is Zhang Chuxuan. Surprised, Xu Jingming stammers a greeting. Song Chu-Q, standing beside him, looks at the newcomer with suspicion and asks who she is. Xu Jingming introduces Zhang Chuxuan as the senior he met in the wilderness. Zhang Chuxuan, in turn, introduces herself as a second-year student from the Elemental Academy and shakes Liu Wentao's hand. Liu Wentao is completely starstruck, stammering out, "Goddess Jiang." He is amazed the famously cold ice goddess is actually smiling in person. Song Chu-Q then politely introduces herself as Xu Jingming's classmate. As Jiang Chuchuan looks at Song Q, she is inwardly surprised by her beauty and unique charm, feeling an urge to get closer to her. This feeling flusters her, and she comically concludes Song Q must be a terrible girl for being so captivating to everyone. Just then, Xu Jingming asks Jiang Chuchuan if she would like to join them for dinner. She happily accepts. The group finds a restaurant and begins their celebration, raising their glasses in a toast to mark the end of the competition. During the dinner, a slightly blushing Jiang Chuxuan toasts with Xu Jingming, playfully calling him Junior. A moment later, a similarly blushing Song Chuxiu also raises her glass to him, calling him Jingming, which leaves him a bit flustered. Seeing the obvious romantic tension, Liu Wentao quietly whispers to Qidongxia that it seems both women are interested in brother Ming and suggests they should retreat from the battlefield. Making a quick excuse, Liu Wentao and Qidongxia wave goodbye and hastily leave, abandoning a bewildered Xu Jingming to handle the situation with the two women on his own. Left alone, Xu Jingming is confused by his friend's rapid departure. After more drinking, both women appear too tipsy to walk. Jiang Chuchuan is the first to ask him for help, followed immediately by Song Q, who also says she can't walk and needs his help. With both women clinging to him, a flustered Xu Jingming asks if they are sure. They both confirm, leaving him no choice but to awkwardly agree to take them back to their dorms. As he helps them leave, other patrons look on with extreme envy, commenting on his incredible luck. After dropping them off, Xu Jingming finally returns to his own villa, letting out a deep sigh of relief. To his surprise, he finds an unfamiliar woman sitting on his couch. Confused, he asks who she is. The woman introduces herself as Su Yu, his new class counselor, explaining she has come to deliver his rewards for the freshman competition. Xu Jingming greets her politely. She presents him with a wooden box that can be opened with his fingerprint and tells him to contact her for any school-related matters. After giving him the prize, she promptly leaves, just as Liu Wentao comes downstairs. Liu Wentao playfully asks Xu Jingming if there was a major conflict between Song Q and Jiang Chuxuan. Xu Jingming, looking confused, asks what conflict he is talking about. Liu Wentao is left speechless, unable to believe the situation did not erupt into a fight. He quickly concludes, brother Ming must have handled it perfectly. As he marvels at his friend's skill, Xu Jingming sits on the couch and opens the prize box with his fingerprint. A look of pleasant surprise crosses his face as he examines his rewards.